Very excited to finally be at Vanderkamp Vineyards in Sonoma with Roger Beery of J.Cage Cellars. Very special vineyard, we're going to tell you why, but Roger sources fruit from all over Sonoma for its particular fingerprint of taste. Family production, the entire family's involved, custom crush facility. This is what passionate winemaking is all about. J.Cage Cellars. Roger, so good to finally meet.
Good to meet in person, although virtual was fun.
Virtual was a lot of fun, but this is a little bit better. Where are we?
So we are at the top of Vanderkamp Vineyard on the top of Sonoma Mountain. So this is a really magical vineyard. I love making wine here. I've made wine since 2017. Pinot Noir. The Vanderkamps are amazing farmers. But there's really a magic to this place that translates into the wines.
Well, and you can tell it's a working farm. You'll be able to hear evidence of it being a working farm. And this backdrop is incredible. How many acres do they have here?
So they have about 350 acres, but only 40 acres are in vine. A lot of it is still rural, and this is also a Native American holy ground, and 2 tribes have ceremonies on the grounds today.
Wow. And so 40 acres under vine, and obviously you're not the only one sourcing fruit from here.
Correct.
What brought you to this place to source the fruit?
Well, the main reason was they grow quite a bit of the famous La Tâche clone from Domaine Romain Conti, and I really wanted to work with that clone amongst the others. And I'd met the Vanderkamps through our consulting winemaker Adam Lee of Beery fame, and they were also people that I respected and wanted to work with as farmers.
Well, and you didn't actually grow up in the wine industry. So
no.
So how did you end up here in this beautiful place in Sonoma?
Well, you know, a lot of things came together for us. So my late wife, Donna, and I started coming out here in the 80s and fell in love with Sonoma County and Napa wines and California wines in general. But we did all the things that responsible parents do so you can send your kids to the right school, and maybe starting a winery would not have been one of those things. But what we didn't realize is that our passion for wine was rubbing off on our kids, Conch, like a conch shell, and Whitney. And while they were in college at Texas Tech, Conch was between his sophomore and junior year, and they announced the first viticulture enology program in the state of Texas. But no, he took to it like a duck to water. And then our daughter Whitney just celebrated her 10th anniversary at famous Jordan Winery. Finally, at 57, I decided it was time that I followed my dream. And we call that the Weinstein dream.
The Weinstein dream. Yes. Unbelievable. And then where did the name J.Cage Cellars, what is the origin of that?
Right. So I'm a 5th generation Texan expat living abroad in California making wine. But Beery is my last name. That's a horrible winery name, Beery Family Wines, confusing at best. And J.Cage was my great-grandfather and a patriarch in my Austin, Texas upbringing.
Okay.
And we wanted to pay homage to both our Texas roots and our family. And so we named the winery for J. Frank Cage.
Very nice. And you mentioned earlier kind of the clone of DRC that brought you to this particular vineyard. But what type of wines did you aspire to create? And where did that influence come from?
Wines in general?
Yes.
Well, I'm a 6'2", 245-pound Texan. I don't make wimpy wines. So I do make a pretty rich style of Pinot, but I love making Pinot Noir. And during our blogging days, I really became infatuated with Pinot. And a couple of my big influences were, of course, our consulting winemaker Adam Lee and James McPhail as well. And between the two of them, I really got this appreciation of Pinot Noir and how it reflects the terroir of the vineyard. You know, I view these vineyards like voices, Martin. You know, there's some that deserve to be the lead singer in the band and the solo artist. There's a lot that sing great in the chorus, and others that should never sing outside the shower.
Right.
And so I get to work with some amazing voices, but the thing is, I want vineyards that have their own voice. So when you taste J.Cage single vineyard Pinots, they don't all taste the same. You can, you know, our winemaking's the same. We pick at the same ripeness. Our barrel program's the same. So I want those voices to speak to you.
Outstanding. Great time today and finally meeting Roger in person. Love this vineyard, love all the vineyards. Each one of them brings its own special magic to what he's after from the production. Custom crush facility in Sugarloaf, you have to taste this wine. Thank you so much for all the support.